Hi, I'm Jamie, Nike Master Trainer. Chelsea and Nike know the importance of staying fit during this difficult time. So, over the coming weeks, they've put together a series of at-home workouts that you can do to help you stay on top of your game. They'll also be checking in on some of your favourite players to see how they're getting on at home. Today's workout is focused around strength, an attribute that every top player needs and something that's key to physical well-being. Before we go into today's strength workout, I'll be talking to Chelsea's Mason Mount to see how he's staying fit during isolation, and hopefully he'll give us some inspiration to get through our workout. How's it going, mate?
You okay?
You been out burgling houses?
I ain't seeing this trim.
Yeah, I was going to ask how the trim is, but can tell by the hat, same as me.
I might grow it long now, you know. I might just grow it and just go with it.
You can always go for the old top knot, mate, the old Ronaldo.
I might bring back like the 9-year-old Mason with the long hair, the free kick.
How you been getting on though, mate? What you been up to?
Just watching loads of Netflix and playing loads of PS4 and that. So just trying to stay active outside, doing runs, going on bike rides.
Decent. What have you been doing, like training wise? Have you got like a structure or like a routine for the week, or you've been doing things day by day?
Chelsea have given us like week by week planners, so it hasn't been like over the 3 weeks. It hasn't been like you're doing this every day. It's been like week by week. So depending on how much, because we have to log our runs, so depending on how much all the boys run, then the next week would depend on that.
Talking about the runs, you've been challenged 25Ks?
Before the challenges were coming out, I did like a 5K run, just did it on my own, just to see where I was at. So this was probably like 2 weeks ago, and I did it in 1919.
So you're about 6 minutes off Ross's world record?
I need to message him actually about that, because that looks a bit suspect. It's looking suspect. That's 16 minutes. I'm thinking, how is that possible?
How's the food? How's the nutrition going? Because I can imagine that you probably usually have like breakfast and lunch at the club.
To be fair, I've lived on my own for a year when I was in the 23s at Chelsea, and then I moved to Holland and then to Derby. So for 3 years or 4 years, I've been on my own. So I've had to teach myself how to cook and how to look after myself. So I've kind of always been ready for, like, if something like this happened, then I'll be able to cook for myself. I know the right foods to have and to say cut down on carbs, because we don't really need that as much at this time.
That's smart. What's your what are you missing the most? What's the first thing you're gonna go and get when you can when we're back to normal?
I'm craving a Nando's. Craving a Nando's. Oh.
Nando's opens.
As soon as Nando's opens, the queues are going to be unbelievable.
That'll be a good one, yeah. Especially if you can get the takeout still. Can't get anything up here, mate. It's a nightmare. What do you miss the most?
For me, I think what I miss the most is probably having that structure of waking up, going to the training ground, training, and then having that structure throughout the day. I feel with me, I love my sleep, so I could wake up at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, like every day. And then I wake up and half the day's already gone. I've missed my morning run and that.
I think one good thing everyone will get after this is being like a little bit more resourceful and like adapting to situations. And being able to sort of like evolve and adapt to your environment and what you have got available to still train. You know, it's one good thing I've been saying to guys: just work on things, even if it's like your analysis or watching back your old footage of your games or potential opponents. Or
there's been loads of games on TV, hasn't there? Like Premier League games and that.
So I can imagine Messi's doing in his Spanish castle, sitting there watching Mason Mount videos. He's a big fan, isn't he?
Yeah, I know, that was crazy.
But his kids have got Chelsea kits on in the garden.
I know, when I saw that I was just like, wow. Because it was from, I think it was Topps, the cards. And then he picked out like a group of players, young players that are coming through. And yeah, that said a little bit about me and that, so I was quite pleased and chuffed with it.
Now's the time though, isn't it? I think, so like you'll know some players will only focus on ever doing what they're told to do. And then I know, like from working with you previously, like players like yourself, you'll always be looking at how you can get the edge, or how yourself can keep improving and keep getting better. And
yeah, I think there's still so much you can do in the house and outside that can keep you sharp. And I think more, it's probably the biggest challenge is more mentally, and keeping mentally strong and ready, because you never know when we're going to be called back to training, and we don't know when the games are going to start. So you have to kind of keep mentally strong.
I agree massively, especially the mental side, and I think that's like now it's like a proper test of like your mental toughness and how well you can focus, because I think a lot of people, a lot of players, a lot of athletes will use it as an excuse to maybe go back like maybe a little bit overweight or not quite on the up to scratch with your running and everything else, but which is understandable. Most people aren't, but everyone's in the same boat.
I think it's something that last couple of weeks I've noticed that it's so much you kind of take for granted that like I wake up every day, I go to train, then come home. Obviously with the boys, you're with the boys and you're mixing with them and having banter and that, and then next minute I'm stuck at home on my own. So it's just, you kind of take so many things for granted on match day, playing matches at Stamford Bridge and stuff. So that's something I've kind of realised, that you can't take it for granted, and you never know what's going to happen and what things can take away.
100%, yeah. The workout I'm going to put together that I'm going to do shortly is going to be like a strength-based workout. So again, like some of the stuff we would have done like in pre-season, where we work in the dome, where it's 1,000,000 degrees. Yeah. Where you've got the little gym set up to the side, but for a player, especially a young player who you just burst onto the scene, and then you've hit the ground running from all the levels that you've played at. You're tearing it up in Holland, and then it was like, can you do it in England? Did it in the Championship, and now you're doing it at the highest level in the Premier League, like playing against like the world's best players week in, week out. How important is that to be strong?
Obviously, having your core strength, but just leg strength. You see so many players that are small, that have the quads are massive. They have that base, that strong base, where if any player comes in to try and barge them or use their upper body strength, you've got that strong core and that strong base where you're not going to get moved. You're lower than them and they can't move you out of the way. Some of the players I think of, Aguero is definitely one that has that. Hazard is another one that he has that low kind of centre of gravity.
If in the situation that everybody's in, working out at home and training at home, what did you used to do when you was a kid, or like back when you just had like a ball in the garden? Or
just remember being in a garage at home and just doing 100 right left foot passes against the wall. Just simple passes, right foot left foot, right foot left foot, right foot left foot 100 times, just to work on my weak foot, because it's such an underrated thing of being able to play with both feet, I think. And it adds so much to your game, being able to go onto your right foot and take a shot, and then next time you go onto your left foot and take a shot, the defender doesn't know where you're going, and you can go on either side. So I think that's such an underrated thing of being able to play with both feet.
So Mace, to make it as a top player, or to get to the very top, or to get to the level that you're playing at, how much of it comes down to like your work ethic and your drive and the work that you put in, and how much of it's natural ability, natural talent?
I would say most of it is hard work and kind of dedication, because I've come through the academy. I've come through at 6 years old. I've been at the academy the whole time, and the amount of players that you see that have got unbelievable talent, that you think in the future can be the next Messi, Ronaldo with the talent they've got, but they haven't got that hard work and that dedication side. So I think you've got to have a little bit of talent where it's natural ability, but I think the most important thing is hard work, because you can take your game to that next level. You can improve yourself every day if you're hardworking and focused and dedicated. There's so many things that I didn't do when I was younger. Go to parties and stay up late every day. Play PlayStation till early hours in the morning. I didn't used to do that when I was younger, because I knew I had training the next day or I had a game. So I think that dedication and that work ethic, with that concentration of there's only one big goal I've got. I want to play in the Premier League, or I want to play in the Champions League, say. you've got to set that target high, and if you work hard and stay focused and kind of put your head to that, then I think anything can happen.
Thanks for joining us on the call, mate, and letting us get a bit of an insight into what you've been up to and how you're getting on.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys stay at home, stay safe and stay active. Now you can go watch Jamie's workout and see what he's doing.
Okay guys, today's workout's focused around strength, and strength training is something that everybody should have incorporated into their training routine somewhere, and footballers especially, it's an essential attribute that's needed to play the game at all levels. So, good thing about today's workout, you don't really need any equipment. If you've not got anything, that's fine, but if you've got a stool or a bench or a chair or something to hand that you can use, that'll be helpful. And then as it's a strength workout, some of you guys are used to training at the gym and using kettlebells or dumbbells or weights, but don't have them to hand, then a good idea is if you've got a rucksack, which I've got here. I've already got quite a lot of weight in there. There's loads of dumbbells, kettlebells, and everything else already in there. I'm just going to add to it just some bottles of water, just some household items, just to give me something, a little bit of weight, a little bit of load that I can use for these exercises, okay? So we're going to start off by warming up, so we don't need this for now. We're going to put it to the side. Okay, start warming up. What we're going to do is we're just going to get up onto our feet. We're just going to start with some body weight squats. We're just going to do about 30 seconds. Okay, so I'll do it with you. 30 seconds of squats. Aim of this is just to get that body moving. Start to slowly get the heart rate up. There we are. So just do a couple more, 4 more. That's it. Good, okay. So now we're just going to go into lunges. So this time, what I want you to do is lunge. We're going to step forward. We're going to hover that back knee just above the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to rotate over our front knee. And we're going to step back into our starting position. So we're going to lunge and just rotate over that front knee. That's it. Just alternating with our steps. And again, we're just going to do about 10 of these. So not too many. Still warming up. That's it, so one more. Each side. Okay, from there, this next exercise, what we're going to do is called the world's greatest stretch. So what I want you to do is we're going to do a big step out. I'm stepping out my right foot. I'm putting my left hand on the ground next to my right foot. Putting my right hand on my shoulder. I'm going to push my elbow to my instep. And I'm going to come out and round. Concentrate on keeping this back leg straight. Elbow into instep. Up, out and round. From there, I'm going to put both hands either side of my foot. Stretch that hamstring. Drive back into my standing position. Then I'm going to go opposite side. Big step. Opposite hand down. Elbow to instep. Up, out and round. Get that stretch in the hamstring and drive back to a standing position. So I'm going to do 6 of these in total, 3 each leg. So I've got 4 more to go. Big step, elbow in, round. That's it. One of the best stretches you can do this one. Quite a lot going on. It might take you a few goes to actually get used to it and start doing it right. Once you do, you'll find loads of benefits from it. And last one on that left side. Back and round. And that last hamstring stretch. That's it. So we've just got up, got moving, got that heart rate up a little bit, okay? Okay, so let's get into our strength circuit. So it's a time-based circuit, so we're working for 7 minutes. We're going to work for 40 seconds with 20 seconds each rest for 7 rounds, okay? So 40 seconds work, 20 seconds rest. I'm going to show you the first exercise we're going to do, and then what I'll do is I'll explain to you the next exercise we're going to do in the 20-second rest period, okay? So first exercise, we're going to get our backpacks on. We're going to do a split squat. If you've got a bench or a stool, we're going to put our back foot onto the bench or box or whatever we've got available, and we're going to make this a rear foot elevated split squat, okay? So it's a great exercise for footballers. Now it's 40 seconds work, but it's not to say that we're going to try and do as many reps as we can in the time, okay? Try and stay with me, try and control your tempo with the movement. 40 seconds, we should be looking to do about 10 good quality reps of whatever movement we're doing, okay? So get into your start positions, get onto the bench, get onto the couch. If you haven't got anything available, we're just going to do a normal split squat from this position. Okay, and I'm going to start the clock. Let's get ready to go all together. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 40 seconds work. So back foot on the box, we're going to control it down, little pause, and then just drive up off that front leg. Control down, try and get that pause in if you can. Especially if we're working out at home, focusing on strength. We haven't got too much weight available. We want to be really concentrating on the tempos of our movements, okay? We don't want to rush them, this is a strength session. Focus on the time and the tension on our muscles. Good work. Control, little pause. That's what we're after, good work. Keep going, last few seconds. Good, there we are. Okay, so exercise number 2 is going to be the same. All we're going to do is switch legs. I was just working my right leg. We're going to move on to our left foot now, okay? So, get into your starting position. Rear foot onto your bench or your box. If you need to have a little hop out, that's fine. And same again, focus on that tempo, okay? And even better if you can get that little pause in there. Try and make each rep last at least 3 or 4 seconds if you can. Concentrate on your breathing, controlling your body through the movements. Well done. Last few seconds. Don't speed it up. Good work. Okay. Next exercise we're going to do, it's going to be a push-up. So we're going down onto the ground. We're going to start off in this push-up position. Every time we get to the top of the push-up, we're going to touch our shoulders with both hands, okay? Push up, touch our shoulders with both hands. Focusing on keeping that core nice and strong and stable, okay? And again, control the tempo with each rep. So press, shoulder tap, press, shoulder tap, shoulder tap. Again, don't rush it. Focus on controlling the movement. Good work. Okay, next exercise. Working legs again, so lateral lunge. So we're going to stand up tall, step out to the side, bend your knee, drive back up into the central position. Then we're going to alternate, step out to the opposite side. Okay, so time to work. So we're going to step out, back into the middle, step to the side, back to the middle. That's it, get into a rhythm with your arms, or reach them out in front. Help you balance. Again, nice and controlled. Probably get a good 6 or 7 reps in each side on this one. Good, well done. Okay, bags off now. We're going to get down onto the floor. We're going to do a rowboat. We're going to put our bag to the side of us. We're going to extend our body straight. We're going to sit up. And then we're going to move the back to the other side. Body straight, sit up, back to the other side. Let's go. Nice and controlled. Try and stay still, stable. Core strong. You move that back from one side to the other. Then we're going to extend, keep that lower back into the ground. Sit up, switch sides. Sit up, Switch sides, good work. Good, well done. Okay, up onto your feet now. We're going to keep our bags off again. We're going to do a single leg deadlift. Really important exercise for all footballers to be doing. So we're going to stand on one leg, stand up nice and tall. We're going to hinge from our hip. So I'm leaning forward, I'm keeping that back leg in line with my body as we get down. I'm going to roll. So we're going to do 40 seconds, hinging in, I'm getting that rolling. We've got to focus on that single leg strength and stability and balance, okay? Football's a sport that's played on one leg. So being strong, having balance in one leg is really important, okay? Keeping them shoulders back. Posture nice and tall, so you're not rounding your back as you lean in. Control with the row. And then standing back up. Good work. Good, well done. Okay, now we're going to switch legs. Same movement, opposite side. So we've got the bag, opposite leg. Okay, so now I'm working my right leg. So my left foot's coming off the floor. So I want the bag in my left hand, okay? So my left leg's going backwards. I'm going to row with that left arm, okay? You can put your other arm out to the side for balance if you need. Let's go, 40 seconds. So we're going to hinge, balance, row, feet back together. Hinge, find the balance, row, back together. Good work. So again, it's a controlled movement. Requires a lot of coordination, but it's something that's got a lot of crossover, so running, sprinting, jumping. Those different attributes needed by a footballer. Hinge, row, good work, well done. Keep going. Nearly at the end of our first round. Good, well done. Okay, now you can take 2 minutes rest before we go into round 2. Okay, let's reset the clock. Let's get ready to go on our second round. Okay, so backpacks on. We're back to those split squats to start the round, okay? So you should all know the movements now. You should be a little bit more comfortable with them. Okay, first 40 seconds on those split squats. Hold it down, a little pause, drive up. And move those arms like you're running. So we run our right leg as we go down. Bring that left arm up, get the little hold, and then drive it up. Pushing through the heel on that front foot. Straight up and down movement if you can. Good work. Good, okay. Remember on these, we're going to do our left leg now, but if you haven't got a box or a step or a stool, that's fine. We're just going to do a normal split squat, okay? So we're going to stand like this. Again, straight up and down movement. Lower that back knee down to the ground. Don't touch, little hold, drive up. You can put your hands across your chest, hands on your hips, hands out in front, whichever's comfortable, okay? But again, if you've got the step, let's load it up. Let's put that back foot on there. Use the back leg for balance. Front leg's going to take all the weight. Drive up through that front heel. Well done. So you count 2 seconds down, 1 second hold, and drive up. That should be like a 4-second rep. That should mean we should get about 10 reps in the 40 seconds. Good work, okay. 20 seconds rest. Next one now is back down on the ground. It's our push-ups with our shoulder taps. Push up, shoulder taps, okay? Try not to rotate when we tap our shoulders. Try and keep our core nice and strong. So let's get into our start positions. 40 seconds work. Controlled reps again. Again, it's an upper body movement, upper body pushing movement, focusing, staying stable, and that strong core throughout. Okay, back up onto your feet, back into those lateral lunges now, okay? So, after the first round, you should have found out if you're more comfortable moving your arms like this, so opposite arm, opposite knee, or if you're more comfortable just reaching those hands out in front to help with your balance, okay? 40 seconds. Step, drive back into the middle. Step out, drive back into the middle. So think of this as one of those exercises that when you're playing, those angles that you need to get into to change direction, push off one foot. So we're going to cross over into the game. Good work. Step. Drive back into the middle if you can. Good work. Good mobility for your hips as well. The more you do, you might find that you start to get a little bit more range. Okay, bags off. Back down to the ground now. We've got our rowboats. So, starting position, base of our back, flat into the ground, legs straight, toes up. We're going to come up from there. Strong, stable position. We're not going to hold on to our legs. Our heels aren't going to touch. We're going to switch that back over to the other side. Nice and controlled. Good. Up. Then you get pressing with that bag in between. Press it above your head. A little bit of extra work for you guys that want it. Making sure that back's flat into the ground. Every time when you go back, keeping those heels up all the time if you can. Good work. Okay, back up onto your feet. Again, if you were a little bit wobbly on the first round, try and improve on this second one. So I'm standing on my left leg, I'm holding this in my right hand. My right leg's going to go back, I'm going to hinge, I'm going to get into that position where I can balance, row, and bring my feet back together, okay? 40 seconds. In, hold, row. Good work. So again, all I'm focusing on is keeping the movement flowing at a nice controlled pace. I'm not trying to do as many reps as I can. 40 seconds should with me, 8 to 10 good quality reps. Concentrate on keeping my upper body and my back leg in line if I can, shoulders back. Trying to get that little bit of load through my back with the row if I can. Good work. Okay, switch sides. Then we're going to complete our second round. So we're going to stand on our right leg. Left foot's going back now, bag's in my left hand. Okay, so demo this side. I'm going to hinge foot, lean forward, hinging from my hip, left leg's going back. Going to find that balancing point, run, back to a standing position, okay? And we'll start to find and figure out where your imbalances are. And start training using one leg rather than two all the time. You can see where you can benefit from focusing a little bit more on those weaker areas. Good work. Again, controlling the tempo. It's not an exercise you want to rush. It's all about getting it right. Especially this movement, if you're struggling with it, feel free to lose the bag, use your arms, put them out to the sides if you need to. And that should definitely be an exercise that you should master and have in your locker, okay? So that's 2 rounds of the circuit that we've done. Well done if you went through the full 2 rounds. Feel free to tailor it to your needs by adding in extra rounds if you need to. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it beneficial. And remember to stay at home and stay safe. Good luck.